Welcome to another edition of the official podcast of the Brantford Bulldogs Benched. And instead of going one-on-one as a defenseman, this is my worst nightmare. It's 2-on-1, and it's Jett Luchanko and Charlie Paquette. Guys, thanks so much for taking the time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome to Brantford. First time I've had a chance to sit down with the two of you guys since you arrived. I know it's been a little bit busy since you came over from the Guelph Storm. Jett, you being the first one in, just wanted to ask you your initial impressions on making the move to Brantford.
Yeah, it was great. Obviously wanted to come with him, but he got that done a little bit later. So it's been great. Obviously, first couple of practices I had like the skills competition stuff. So it was weird, but it was cool to kind of see the fan support and everything like that. And the team and staff welcomed me so well. So they made it pretty easy.
Charlie, you following in Jett, obviously you guys have had a long relationship playing together. What was it like making the move to Brantford? I know it had to be emotional being the captain and overager. You played every game for 3.5 years for the Storm. What was it like making the move over to Brantford?
Yeah, it was tough initially, just saying bye to the guys and some of the fans and the staff and stuff. But once I got here, they welcomed me with open arms. It was nice having a couple familiar faces like Zach and Jett are here. So I kind of just jumped right in, and the boys treated me super well. The staff's been awesome. The fans have been great, and just starting to get my feet under me now.
When Jett made the move to Brantford, did you kind of have an inkling that you might be coming at some point?
There was a thought there. I didn't know exactly what was going on, but it was kind of just waiting to see what happened. But yeah.
Take me back to the first time, Jett, that you guys met one another in Guelph. Charlie drafted the year before you. Why did it work so well so quickly between the two of you on the ice?
Yeah, I think our games just kind of complement each other. Obviously he's really good at finding the open area and finishing the job. Makes it easy for me. So I think we're really good friends and we've become really close over the years. So kind of going to school together in Guelph and just being close in age. So it's been a lot of fun.
Thanks, bro.
Jett, got to take you into your draft here. First-round pick of the Philadelphia Flyers, not only being a first-round pick and what goes along with that, but to a historic organization. Take me to that moment when you hear your name called by the Flyers and you got Danny Briere and Keith Jones and the group that they've got running the show there. What was that like?
Yeah, it was a dream come true just to be drafted in general. And then, by the Flyers, I have some family there too, and they were there going crazy as well. So, it was just kind of a really, really cool moment.
Charlie, were you able to glean anything from Jett? Because you get drafted a couple years later by the Dallas Stars. Obviously, again, big moment. Dallas, great organization, Stanley Cup history. Don't ask Jay McKee about 1999. Were you able to gain anything from Jett about being drafted in the process?
Yeah, a little bit. It was just kind of picking his brain off of how everything works when you go to camp and how they treat you and stuff, what the development guys do during the season. But other than that, I think both of us kind of just learned on our own and just went step by step and figured out how it went.
What's the biggest difference, guys, either one of you, from playing in the OHL to going to an NHL camp? Is it speed? Is it physicality? Is it all of the above?
Yeah, I would say it's just everything is a little bit better with everything. I don't know. He'll probably be able to tell you a little more.
Eight games or so of NHL experience already?
It's a lot of fun when you go there. It's cool to just see the best players in the world, just kind of even being on the same ice as them kind of gives you, a little bit of confidence yourself, but it's just cool to see them and the way they work.
I never had the honor to play in the National Hockey League, obviously. What's it like when you step onto the ice for the first time at the NHL level, and do you have a moment where you kind of look around and go, wow, and then realize, okay, I got to lock in?
Yeah, like I said, there's just seeing them in the flesh. I think my second game was against the Oilers, so just to kind of see McDavid and Draisaitl and all them just kind of buzz around the ice, it's kind of just like a welcome moment. It's pretty cool.
So playing against the Oilers, you've actually played against team owner Zach Hyman. What is that like, thinking of that now that you play on the team that Zach owns, but you've played against him at the National League level?
Yeah, it's pretty weird. I think Lardis was against him the other day. Saw the picture there, but yeah, it's definitely pretty weird. Obviously didn't know it at the time, but it was cool.
You guys coming into a team in Brantford that's obviously been put together to try to win the organization's third OHL championship. Charlie, you said something on TV not long ago in an interview that everybody in that room believes that this group can do it. That was the same sentiment that Mason McTavish gave me in 2022 after he arrived. What makes you guys so confident in that room right now?
I think the biggest thing is just the depth that we have. We have 4 full lines and 6 full D and 2 goalies every night, and then the guys that aren't playing can step right in and do a job too. I think everyone knows their role and isn't going to try and do anything special that they're not supposed to. And I think when you put all that together, you just have a really good team that is willing to do anything for each other. So
we're coming off a historic weekend for the Bulldogs. First win in London in 8 years. Go to Windsor, take a 7-3 victory there. Had to feel good for you guys as 2 longtime Western Conference guys. Charlie, how big was that for team confidence moving forward, that even without Ben Danford, Team Canada guy that Jett's played with, Jake O'Brien, who led the league in points before the World Juniors, without them in the lineup, you guys still go and get those wins?
Yeah, it's huge. It was like you said, a confidence builder for us, and just going in against the other top team in the league, and we do what we did in that building, and it's obviously just a big confidence booster. I think knowing that we can do it without those guys, and when they come in, it'll just be even better. So.
Jay, you've played in a couple of World Junior Championships at this point. You played with Ben Danford. You went to camp with Merrick Van Acker and Jake O'Brien. How much fun is that to be in that atmosphere with those guys, and how much confidence does that give you when everybody's healthy and you guys can put it all together here?
Yeah, it's great to have guys there, with you at events like that. Helps, feel comfortable, and off ice, things run a little smoother. So it's great to have them there, and obviously, you guys see what they do on the ice. So yeah. We're really excited to have them back in the lineup, and hopefully they get all the rest they need, because they're going to be a big piece for us.
Well said. When you were at the World Juniors, that's when the trade announcement, or right around there, was made for Charlie. How excited were you to know that you were going to get your running mate back next to you? I mean, 37 goals for Charlie last year. You were way over a point per game. Obviously, the chemistry is there, but how exciting was it to have it back together?
Yeah, I was pumped to see him come here, but I've been trying to get him since the day I got here. I was hoping we'd get traded together, but so I was pumped, and it's great to have him here, and off the ice and on the ice as well.
They needed him in Guelph for a little bit longer to beat us right before they managed to get him. Was that weird at all, Charlie? You beat the Bulldogs on a Friday. You had a big hand in that, and then you get traded to the Bulldogs on the Monday.
Yeah, it was different. Luckily, guys weren't taking runs at me and stuff. I think they might have had a little inkling that I was maybe coming, but...
Other than you and Zach Sandu, although you guys have a previous relationship, you guys were battling pretty hard that night.
I can't let him get the upper hand on me ever. So, no, it was definitely a weird game, but I just played the best of my abilities and didn't really know what was going on at the time. So, but now looking back on it, it's definitely a weird thing.
It's kind of fun to see progression over the years, and we've gone through, Patrick Thomas and Nick Lardis to Jake O'Brien and Merrick Van Acker here in Brantford. You guys come in almost as a package, and you guys are playing a line ahead, essentially, of Caleb Maholtra and Cooper Dennis, who, same thing as you guys, showed up to camp and had instant chemistry. Winger 1 year older than center. The parallels are kind of shocking to it at times. What do you guys see out of 2 young guys following you that really give you confidence that they can be that line behind you guys and Jake and Benny and Vanny to really take the Bulldogs to the next level? Jett, you've played with Caleb Maholtra a little bit. What do you see of those guys?
Yeah, those guys are great. I mean, to see young players like that have such a big impact on a team like this with all the veterans and guys who have shown themselves, proven themselves in the league already, it's pretty cool to see. So we're really lucky to have them, and they're amazing guys off the ice too, which makes it even better.
Charlie, you're known for your shot. I saw Cooper Dennis first day, showed up to camp at 5'6", 155 pounds, firing missiles from the top of the circle. You ever look at him and go, how do you, what? Like, it doesn't seem like it should make sense.
Yeah, I actually was just saying on the ice today, he can rip the puck. It's pretty impressive, and it's not something you'd expect out of him, but he uses it to his advantage. It's good.
Wanted to ask you guys about the defense too, because obviously no great team is complete without having a back end. This is the deepest 6 that I've been with the Bulldogs for 10 years. Deepest group that I can remember. And then you have Cam Hankai, who's an NCAA commit, as part of that group as well. Not to bring up Czechia, but Adam Juracek, Vladimir Trevetsky, two pretty good players, and then you add Danford, Sandu, Engel, Protz. It's a pretty complete group, Jett. You've played against them, you've played with some of them. What are your thoughts, and how much confidence do you have playing in front of those guys?
Yeah, a lot. It makes the game a lot easier for forwards like us who can kind of just find the puck on our stick randomly in games from them. So it's a lot of fun. Obviously, playing against them, it sucks. So I mean, it's just great to be on the same side of the puck as them.
Is Adam Juracek the best defenseman in the world not in the NHL right now?
Yeah.
Simple answer. Yeah. Absolutely. I've said that a couple of times now, and I think people look at me kind of sideways because he's playing in a junior league, but this is an NHL player, a lot like yourself, at the junior level right now.
Yeah, he's doing great. It's, like I said, it's just great to be on the same side as him.
On his side instead of against him. Charlie, again, I go back to your experience, physical player. You look at the other side of the ice, and you have to go up against Protz and Juracek, then Danford and Sandu. There's not a top six in the league that's asking to bring that on. What is that like in the playoffs when 7 times you're going to have to go up and play that?
Yeah, it's probably a tough thing to get through your head when they're all big boys. They're definitely getting a piece of you every time you come in the zone, and defensively they're just unbelievable. And then if you get them in the offensive zone, they're all able to put the puck in the net, make a play for someone else to do it. It's a pretty daunting thing if you're on a different team to have to look at the lineup sheet for us and just sit there and be like, wow.
You guys have had a pretty good luxury in your careers of some pretty good coaches. I mean, Corey Stillman, Stanley Cup champion, played in the National Hockey League. You come to Brantford. Jay McHugh's been noted as one of the best coaches in the CHL, likely on the road to the NHL before long. What's it been like getting to know Jay and getting to learn from him?
Yeah, he's been amazing so far. He's good at kind of building guys up and keeping guys' confidence levels up. I think that's one thing he's really good at, which is great for any team, especially a team as deep as us, where some guys are great players but still aren't getting some minutes and in games like that. So he's been great so far.
How do you guys balance the talent level on a team like this? Because you talked about minutes, and I remember going back again to the 2022 team with Mason McTavish and Logan Morrison and Ryan Winterton and a bunch of guys that either were NHL drafted, were about to be NHL drafted, or signed into the NHL. And they all talked about how nice it was to not have to play 22, 25 plus minutes a night, because by the time the playoffs rolled around, they were fresh, they were ready to go. Obviously, everybody wants to be on the ice. Everybody wants the puck on their stick at times. How do you guys balance that all together to make it work like it has so far, Charlie?
Yeah, I think it's just, I said it earlier, like everyone has a specific role in this team, whether it's shut down, go run someone through the glass or score a bunch of goals. It depends. It's nice to have a very different skill set on every line, if that makes sense. So there's a goal scoring line, a grinding line, a shutdown line, whatever you want to call it. And I think when you have all of that together, you can just roll through the lines and everyone does their job, and you come away with 2 points at the end of most nights. So
again, I want to ask you guys, being Western Conference guys, is it much nicer to be on this side from Ryder Bolden as opposed to playing against him 6-8 times a year?
Yeah, it's nice. It's just the thought of him being on the other team is usually good enough to take a lot of people out of the game. So it's good to be on his side.
Don't have to hear him yapping anymore.
Well, you still do. It's just not at you anymore.
It's funnier now.
This is the last junior year for, let's be honest, both of you guys. Charlie, you're graduating. Jett, you've already played in the National Hockey League. This is kind of the culmination for you guys in what have been tremendous junior careers. How much would it mean to you guys to finish it with a championship here with this group?
Yeah.
The double breath. You go ahead. I'm going? I'll do
I can go.
Yeah, you go.
Yeah, just to cap, we haven't really come close in our careers. I don't think we've ever made it past the first round. So I think just to be able to go on a playoff run in general would be a lot of fun. But yeah, definitely it would be a great way to cap it off with a win. Yeah, it would mean everything to me. That's the goal going into every season. And
4 years now, I haven't been able to accomplish that. This year, it seems like we have the best chance, and that would be the best possible way to end a junior career and hopefully lead us into the first year of pro next year. So,
I hear Kelowna is lovely in May.
Apparently, that's what I hear.
I've never been.
Yeah, let's try to get there. Are you joining me with a playoff beard, Charlie? Is that the?
This is because I haven't brought all my stuff over yet, so I don't have a razor. I need to borrow his. It's getting pretty greasy, I know.
You know what? You score enough goals, nobody cares. Guys, I really appreciate the time. Thanks for sitting down and doing this. It's great to have you guys as Bulldogs. You know, it's probably cliche to say, but having been around the league for so many years, I've been a big fan of both of you guys. Really admired what you did with the Guelph Storm. Very excited and happy to have you here as Bulldogs.
Yeah, we're fired up too. Yes, thanks.
It's great to have you guys. Thanks again for doing this. That's Jett Luchanko, Charlie Paquette, two of the veterans that are going to lead the Bulldogs on the chase for the Robertson Cup and the Memorial Cup. I do like Kelowna. See you next time on Benched.